Hello, everybody. My name is Rita, and we are hosting our Thursday program here from Chicago SunGates Radio Studio in Wheeling. And today we're talking again with Marina Kostina about self-love. And today's topic is importance of self-love, love to your body, how important our body. And let me introduce Marina. She is a doctor in education, and she also combined her physiology, energy, and technology in all her services and courses to help to get you to the core blocks and remove them so you can live more fulfilling love. Isn't it exciting? Hello, Marina.
Yeah. Hi, Rita. Nice to see you again. Nice to hear you again. And today I'm actually gonna, this is kind of like a chain introduction here.
Yes.
I'm gonna introduce our guest. I'm super excited because this is an incredible, very talented journalist, an author, a community leader, an artist, and the CEO and founder of a program on TV, Inspira TV. She's going to talk about this in a second. Paloma Greer, who kindly agreed to find time in her very busy life to be here and talk about media and body image, which is a really cool topic. Hello, Paloma.
Hello everyone. Thank you so very much for having me. It's definitely an honor to be with you guys today.
Thank you so much. And before we proceed, could you just tell us a little bit, because it's such an exciting moment right now for you and me, because I'm a little part of that show too, but tell us a little bit about Inspira TV, what's going on with that?
Sure. Well, Inspira TV, which in English means inspire, and in English is inspire, and then in Spanish it sounds like you were saying get inspired. So that's what the show is about. We are an independent bilingual show that is dedicated to create content to feed your mind, feed your soul, to create more consciousness on social issues, to provoke thought, and to show people that there's a better way to live. So hopefully inspire others to live to their fullest potential. So I created this idea, and then I am so incredibly lucky to have Marina on the show. So she's our energy and connections expert. So she always brings the spirituality connection for self-connection and connection with others. And everything that we do, body, mind, and spirit, is all energy related. So she brings that part to the show, and then you'll see a little bit of comedy. You're going to see social experiments out on the streets. We're going to be addressing a lot of the issues that no one is daring to talk about, and we're so very open and so very honest, and like sexual abuse, addiction, but also we have other really fun topics such as relationships, self-love, self-esteem. Another very important episode is the biofeedbacks, because that truly changed my life, the biofeedbacks that Marina conducts. Just to put it simply, after that biofeedback session, my life completely changed. And it was then when I started moving forward with the show, because I was so stuck. And she helped me realize a lot of the things happening within, and why was I reacting to certain things in a certain way, what was happening, here, and how to overcome that. So I'm so lucky to have her on the show.
Thank you so much, Paloma. Wow, this is really awesome. And this show is going to be great and amazing. And actually, one episode would be dedicated to the love of the body and how it's connected to self-love. So let's get to that topic right now. Why do you think, and you worked a lot in the media, you are known as an interviewer for celebrities, right?
Sure.
Especially the Latin, Spanish-speaking celebrities. You worked a lot in the media, in newspapers, on TV, radio. Why do you think body image is important for self-love from the media perspective?
Well, unfortunately, the media perspective has created this unattainable image. And we all relate to that because we want to be what, like what the media shows. So I think from my very, personal perspective, I think that they have created this unrealistic image of what a woman should look like. So I'll give you an example. I'm a 5-footer, I'm very short, and most of my friends are also very short, but they're so super skinny. And I always felt like, well, you know, so if I'm just a stall, why am I so thick? The truth of the matter is I am thick. But, you know, the media portrays this image like you have to be 5'11", you have to, you know, weigh 117 pounds, and everything that you put on, it looks awesome, right? So I think that's a very false expectation. But I think that from my personal perspective, it's an interesting dynamic, because my self-esteem wasn't so much on the outside, but it was on the inside. So I used my image to cover up my lack of self-esteem, which is also very interesting, because a lot of us do that. And it has nothing to do with your image. You use the image to kind of mask that lack of self-esteem. So I think it's a combination of both, but being in the media has been definitely challenging, because I'm human. You know, I like to eat and whatnot. So there isn't precisely a perfect job for me. So what I had to do, I had to create my own gig. So I created the opportunity for myself, despite of what the media expects of me and my image.
Very interesting. Well, Rita falls into that perfect by media, according to media. She's the model looking, know, and she has.
Wow. Thank you.
But everybody else, pretty much, it's really hard to really fit into that. Yeah, right? Into that image. And so do you think, like, why do you think media chose that particular image? I mean, I always wonder, why couldn't they just choose like a 5'4", like I am, and make that the model,
And if you think about it, the average height, I believe, is 5'4", 5'5". So why did they not pick someone like that? It's absolutely fascinating what you're asking. But I think it all comes down to selling, right? They're trying to sell you makeup. They sell you an image. So they sell you this shampoo that is going to make the hair like the model that you're looking in on TV, or you're going to take these pills and then you're going to look this way. So I think all the media, everything, and I think that, Rita, you can relate to this. The media's purpose is to sell. Everything that the media does is with the purpose of making money. So they're trying to put in front of you, like, you can be this, buy my product, and you can be this beautiful.
Except
and
us. We're not selling anything.
Good.
Right, except for your radio.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm sure that in the industry, that's primarily what it is, coming from a newspaper background, coming from a television and radio background. That's all it is, and everything that they do is designed to sell you something.
So the point is to choose something that is not common, like 5'4", because if they chose something that is common, we wouldn't have that need to strive for something else. Correct? Did I understand you correctly?
Right.
Okay.
Because if you are already 5'4", right? If you're already, so your purpose, each woman, we just want to look better, right? So how can I look better? Oh, it's that pill that I got to take to look thinner, or to look, in a certain way. And it's all based on that image that the media has created.
Very interesting. Okay. Well, then my second question, I don't know, Rita, you can also please, I am kind of dominating the discussion here.
No, don't worry.
Thank you. So my second question is, I love this book. You probably know of this book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. And there is a legend there, how there are two beautiful women looking at each other. One is, I think, a Mexican lady who is a little bit bigger, curvaceous, shorter, and then she's looking at the beautiful African lady who is very, very tall and skinny, and each of them, looking at each other, dream to have the body like the other one. So while we have the media guiding our stereotypes, you know, where we're supposed to be, we also, women, have this kind of internal, I don't know, dissatisfaction with our body no matter what, right? Why, in your practice, you've interviewed many people, maybe in your own experience, why do you think women especially struggle with their body the most? Because men don't seem to like worry that much. I mean, they do, but not as much as women, right? Do we agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So why do women struggle so much with their body, ladies?
I personally think that it's possibly just an inner issue, because like you said, like no matter what, you're just not happy with the way you look. If you have straight hair, you want curly hair, and if you have curly hair, you want straight hair. So I think that when you are what you are and you don't feel whole within, you're always going to look at the other person, whether they are taller, shorter. I met tall people that wanted to be short. So, I think that it comes all down to what's happening in here. Because if you don't feel whole, and if you don't have the self-confidence and the inner power within yourself, you're always going to look on the outside to look better, to look different, so you can fit, in society, or you can be accepted by a certain group or by, certain people. That's personally what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And it goes back to the same topic of self-love. When you love and accept yourself, you don't worry about other people and how they look at you, right? So
Right.
I just want to ask, how did you yourself come to these feelings of be full inside, not to look outside? What was your practice?
That was quite a journey for me, and I love the question, because one of the things that I used to ask myself is like, how do I begin to love myself? So I think that each person would have a different answer, because we're all on a different journey. So my journey was to start trusting myself in my decisions. Start, reminding myself that this is just an avatar. This is just a body, but we're a lot more than just a body. We have this consciousness that has the capability of traveling throughout time and even at different dimensions. And I don't want to get a little too deep to that, but my journey was stop looking for love in others. So throughout my 20s, I was always jumping from relationship, and there were genuine good at times relationships. I had this genuine desire to be loved and to be into love, but I was depending on them to feel loved. So to me, that was a journey that had a lot to do, my lack of self-esteem had a lot to do with my childhood, the way I was treated as a child. I think that children development is so incredibly important. And at that age, between 2 and 10 years old, that's when you have to tell your children, you're beautiful, I'm proud of you, you can do this, and unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of that. I went through a lot of emotional abuse, through a lot of physical abuse, and also came down to forgiveness, because I couldn't forgive for a very long time, and all those emotions of resentment and anger that I felt toward my mother, because she never told me I love you, because she used to hit me all the time. She used to call me names. When I was 7 years old, she used to, call me, words that I didn't even know what they meant. Later on, I came to realize. So that all affected my self-esteem. And as I was saying, it wasn't so much on the outside, because I was comfortable with the way I looked, but it was on the inside. So to me, it was a journey of self-discovery, getting to know my talents, embracing my talents. For me, accomplishing things and becoming productive and making things happen, that definitely built me up. So I had to believe in myself, and it was quite a journey. It didn't happen right away. To me, it took me 10 years to get to where I'm at now. but it was an internal battle. To me, it was finding that inner strength, and a lot had to do with meditation. A lot had to do learning about my chakras. So I connected with myself through spirituality, and finding yourself through spirituality, magic happens. And that's my journey. That's how it happened for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's a very interesting story, right? And, looking at you, Paloma, you are a gorgeous woman. And, it's impossible to, right, imagine even that you could have had some struggles, even though you said in your 20s you didn't have the body or image problems, but then later on you started having those, right? So you kind of, for me, it shows that body image is an important component of self-love, but does it equal self-love?
In my opinion, I don't think so. I think that self-esteem equals love. Mm-hmm. Because you could be very good looking on the outside, but if you don't love yourself, then you're going to feel empty, and that can lead you to the wrong relationships, to many things that consciously you don't realize they're, self-destructing you. However, when you find that self-confidence, that inner power, when you know who you are, when you know what you're made of, when you know your talents, when you know what you're capable of, to me, that's where the self-love, and you start saying, no, I'm not going to allow men treating me in a certain way because I am worth a lot more. You see what I mean? So to me, it's reverse. Self-esteem equals self-love. And self-love is not based merely on the body image. I think it's based on your internal state.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. I know that you were a part of the book, right? You co-authored the book, and you talk about going through abuse in that book and your journey. We don't have that much time, but could you give some concrete practical techniques to our audience? What can they do to raise their self-image, to raise their not only body image too, right? It's very important, but also to get deeper behind that, avatar, like you called it, and it's a beautiful metaphor, right? Something that maybe you've been doing, you've gone through a lot of really difficult things. Not everybody goes through that, but also on a daily basis. Do you still continue doing something to maintain it, or how does it work for you?
I mean, it's something that we live with. It's not like, oh, I'm cured and that's it. I mean, it pops in time to time, and then those are the times where you have to remind yourself what you're made of. But to answer your question more concretely, throughout my process, I think that it wasn't until I accepted the fact that I had a self-esteem issue that I was able to move forward.
So acceptance is number one, right?
Number one. And just embracing oneself. I mean, if you're broken, embrace yourself broken. It's okay. We're humans. We get broken time to time. This is life. So accept the fact that you're broken. Accept the fact that you have a self-esteem issue. And if it is affecting your health, do something about it. The overweight was killing my back. I mean, I will run upstairs and I will be running out of air. So when it comes to affecting your health, do something about it. Taking action and then maintaining. And then, the third portion, I say, there's a powerful connection between body, mind, and soul. So take care of those three, nurture those three. Take care of your body as you take care of your mind and as you take care of your soul. And finding a healthy balance throughout the day, throughout life, and, just keep reminding yourself.
How do you find that balance? What are some techniques that you do? You mentioned meditation. Do you do it still? How often do you do it? Because, that's a topic that people are like, oh, I don't know how to meditate, right? So Is there something that concrete that is simple enough that people can do right now?
I'm going to be very honest with you. I am super lazy to work out. Like, to me, being indoors doesn't work. But I go biking, I go hiking. Meditation, to me, it's incredible because that gives me the balance between my body and mind and spirit. But you could also, do other things like yoga. You don't have to be running, and it's just as effective. So yoga is, to me, that helps. And also, being conscious of what you eat. Just put things in your body that they're not, so if you know that drinking 10 cups of coffee with creamer, this much creamer, and then you just have to start making healthy choices. Mm-hmm. That's, to me, where I'm finding my balance, and it's a daily battle. It's a daily battle, and once in a while, eat the tacos because I cannot live without my tacos. I have to have my tacos, but it once in a while. Whereas before, it was an everyday thing. At lunch, because it was close, it was convenient. But preparation, I think, it's a big factor. So when you go grocery shopping, make sure that you have a list and stick to that. What is on the fridge, just stick to that.
Mm-hmm. Very good. You're also an incredible artist. Does art connect, help you raise your, you're shy, but you're an incredible artist. You're a painter, you're a drummer. I don't probably know thousands of things about you, but does art and expressing yourself creatively help raise self-love and self-body image, or it's a separate kind of entity?
Yes, absolutely. My creativity is very connected with my spirituality. I didn't know this. That's why whenever I felt broken, I wanted to paint. I'm like, I just want to paint, I wasn't conscious of that connection, but later on when I found out about how your connectivity connects to source and how it connects with yourself, you have to allow your soul to express, to self-express, whether if it is through poetry. Like for me, I love writing. So, writing, painting, drawing, playing the drums, dancing, to me, that's a form of expression that to me is part of the balance, because your soul needs, to be nurtured just as your body does, and your mind as well. So it's a part of the balance.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I always tell my, people who come to me, I always say that creativity means you don't need to create masterpieces like you, Paloma. I started painting and I can't paint like you, but I paint because that not only is a way of getting out of your mind, because when you create something, you're not thinking, right? And mind is where all of the stuff is, right? All of our enemies are there in our mind, right? And the second thing I always say, that it teaches you how to tap into the realm of the unknown, of the spirit, and bring it, manifest it in something physical. Even if I'm not going to present my painting at a museum, I created something out of nothing. And that in itself, if I am in a constant habit of this creation, I train my mind and every cell of my body that I am the creator, so I can tap into the realm of the spirit, and whatever I imagine, I can make happen in the physical realm. Absolutely. And I think that gives you a lot of power, a lot of feeling of control that we're also striving for, but control that is real control, not that superficial control we're all, getting frustrated about, but that our life is what we make out of it, and creativity, any form, right? Dancing, writing. You don't need to be like, No,
I was very afraid of painting. I was, self-criticizing myself all the time. So I always thought I wasn't good enough. So little by little I started getting over, because, your art cannot be wrong. Your art is your art, and it cannot be wrong. Nobody can criticize
so beautiful.
it.
Even if other people don't like it, that's what we created, and it doesn't really matter.
Absolutely.
If you see, for example, the paintings of Frida Kahlo, they're not the most colorful. They're very dark. She expresses a lot of pain. And then you see Salvador Dali, it's all very surrealistic. It's very, melting, clocks and things like that. And then, you have Monet, which is all, beautiful landscaping. So, artist or Picasso, right? I mean, each artist is just a form of expression. I mean, and I think that any type of expression is just an extension of your soul, whether if it is, writing about it or, painting. And to me, I found painting very healing as well. So it was a way to express, very much like Frida Kahlo, part of my pain. And to me it was therapeutic. And it helped me, uncover. If you see the transitions of my paintings, you can see where I started and where I'm at, and I know I can be better, and you are, I'm developing myself, I'm growing as an artist. But at first I had to overcome that fear. I'm not good enough. Nobody's going to like my paintings. And I was kind of painting for others, and that didn't go too well. So when I started doing for myself, that's when I saw my art blossom.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Paloma. Rita, do you have any?
Yes, I just want to say that today's topic inspired me to create an event here. It kind of happened simultaneously when we come up with the idea, and then it was this topic. So on October 30th, we're going to have Body Care Day, which will include massage beauty care, chiropractor care, holistic coach recommendations, plus I'm gonna make smoothies.
It's a big day for us.
You guys are you guys are invited either as a participants or Inspire TV. So welcome to come over and look at it. We can talk about it later, but that was huge because it kind of come together at the same moment.
Yes.
So it'll
no
be
coincidences.
October 30th, 10 till 5. We'll be here to enjoy and help other.
Wonderful. Thank you. October 30th is a big day.
Thank you.
For body care.
For body care and Inspire
Body love,
This is wonderful. Thank you very much, ladies. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you all.